today, WWE Games, 2K Sports, WWE revealed not only the cover star for WWE 2K18, but also the very first trailer for that video game. In the trailer, we see a figure in dark clothing and a balaclava wander about what is supposed to be WWE archives in Stamford, Connecticut. We see the figure destroy many artifacts associated with WWE legends and Hall of Famers. Things like setting alight a Ric Flair robe and an Undertaker casket, which has a Undertaker hat, coat and gloves sitting atop of it. The figure also throws Stone Cold Steve Austin's ATV off the floor it is on, off of the edge of the floor down to the ground. It also picks up a baseball bat and then destroys further artifacts, including a $1 million championship belt. It puts their fist through a display case containing a Mr. Socko and Mankind mask, and beheads an Andre the Giant statue. At the end of the 2-minute trailer, we see a close-up as the figure takes off their balaclava, and the cover star is of course revealed as Seth Rollins. This means Seth Rollins will be the figure on all of the covers of WWE 2K18. It is really no surprise to me at all that Seth is the cover star for this upcoming video game. If you look at what he's done over the last couple of years, not just since he joined WWE with the Shield, but what he's done since they split, all of the accomplishments that he's had. He's a former world champion. He's done lots of things in WWE. He's still quite young, certainly main event level guy. If you're surprised that it's Seth Rollins, then I don't think you've really seriously been paying attention to what's happening in these last couple of years with WWE. A couple of the things really intrigue me when it comes to the trailer. First of all, I noticed that, and I think a few people have noticed it, but I noticed on first glance that when he is destroying artifacts belonging to various legends and Hall of Famers, a pair of what looks like Kurt Angle wrestling boots are knocked from their stand. Does this mean that Kurt Angle is included in WWE 2K18? I certainly hope so. One thing that I also liked about the trailer, now this was a very brief moment, but just bore Seth Rollins, carrying the baseball bat, beheads from behind the Andre the Giant statue, he puts his hand on Andre's hand. It's been a long-running thing that WWE have done when it comes to displays, and oh, look how big Andre the Giant's hands were. But I love that moment. It's a very brief moment, but I think it's just an acknowledgement of some of the contributions that many of the legends and the Hall of Famers have made in the past. I think it's a great moment. I think it's just it's a great, cool moment. I think it's a great visual in the trailer. I do think it's very, very brief, but I like it. It's like, okay, I'm destroying all of this stuff. I'm kind of being disrespectful, but I do have the kind of acknowledgement of what you do. I do understand the history of the company. The tagline for the trailer, obviously for the video game, is "Be like no one." That explains the hashtag that's been going around, the hashtag BLN1, it's been floating around for about a week or so. WWE and W2K game, 2K Sports, 2K Games, whatever, they kind of publicised that. So that obviously explains that hashtag. Everybody was wondering, well, what exactly does it mean? A few people, I think, guessed it, but certainly a lot of people were trying to guess what exactly it stood for, but we now know it stands for Be Like No One. I would hope that this is at least the start of WWE kind of going into the direction of valuing the current roster when it comes to these video games. I like to see a few legends in the game. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker surely has to be kept in the video games, but I would certainly like 2K games, 2K Sports to really concentrate on the modern roster. I have always said this. I'm not just saying this to try to tell. Well, I've been saying this for years because I have. Back when the games didn't feature NXT talent, back when NXT was really just beginning or just being the kind of reality show crap that it was, before it was a developmental area which it is now, I said that I would like to see NXT people being included in the video game. A lot of people shouted me down. I've said this before. Why would they? Nobody, basically they were saying that, well, nobody would know who these NXT guys were. Nobody would know who these NXT talents were. Well, my argument for that would be, well, yeah, of course nobody's going to know who they are if they're not told who they are. If they're not exposed. And then, you've got to let people know who they are. You've got to try and educate, people. So then they come up to the main roster, you have an idea of just how talented they are and what the potential that they have. So I would really like to see WWE games in the immediate future concentrate on the guys that they have, the likes of NXT. I would love to see Sanity in WWE2K18 in some way or form, whether it be on the roster, on the game, whether it be downloadable content. We don't know anything really about the downloadable content or bonus features, pre-order bonus features, because they says that stuff will be unveiled through the summer into the autumn. But I would love to see the current roster, really be the focus of attention these days in WWE video games. I think it's an exciting time. I think the technology is great right now for video games. It's going to only improve. What the future is with the likes of PlayStation, I'm not sure. We've seen Xbox unveiling their new console. I am a PlayStation guy, I have to say, but I think we're living a great time when it comes to video game technology. So hopefully this can certainly help 2K Sports and WWE push on with these video games. The little bit of statement on the WWE.2K.com website says that the biggest video game franchise in WWE history is back with WWE 2K18. Featuring cover star Seth Rollins, WWE 2K18 promises to bring you closer to the ring than ever before, with hard-hitting action, stunning graphics, drama, excitement, new game modes, additional match types, deep creation capabilities, and everything you've come to love from WWE 2K. The tagline for the game certainly explains the hashtag BLN1 tagline, hashtag that's been going around that everybody was trying to guess. It stands for Be Like No One. And I certainly hope that WWE 2K18 is like no game we've ever seen before.